Hello everyone, we hope you had a lovely summer and we'd like to welcome you all back to Warden Hill. In our presentation, we're going to be going through some information that is more general about returning to school, but also more specific to our year group. We hope you find this information useful and we'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to us this afternoon. So my name is Mrs. Catchpole and I'm the teacher for 5C.
My name is Mrs. Redman and I'm the teacher for 5R. There are other teachers that will be taking our classes on alternate Wednesdays when we have PPA. Mrs. Bruce will take 5C and Mrs. Greenland will take my class, 5R. We have 3 teaching assistants working in the year group. Ms. Albertson works in 5C. Mrs. Tustin works majority of the week in my class, but on a Tuesday morning, my class has Miss Phillips.
So before we talk about some specifics about our year group, we've been asked to give you some general information and reminders. So firstly, the school day officially starts at 8:55 and finishes now for everybody at 3:15. At the end of the day, the children will come round to the front of the playground to meet you, and they've been doing brilliantly at that so far already this term. In the mornings, the junior gate, which is the blue gate on the side entrance, is actually open at 8:45. And so the children are welcome to come in straight up to the classroom and get themselves ready for their day. Thank you for supporting your children to ensure that they're coming in on time in the mornings. It really does make a difference, as it can throw children if they come in a little bit late, and it can cause them to feel a little unsettled at the start of the day. So thank you for supporting your child to make sure they're organised enough to get here on time. Of course, as a school, we aim for 100% attendance. However, if your child is unwell, for example, sickness or COVID symptoms, please could you keep them at home and notify the office of their absence. The School Streets trial is continuing this term, and again, we've been asked to remind you to continue to park considerately so that in the area around school to reduce impact from our traffic. As you move around the school, yourselves and children, we'd like to remind you to use the small pedestrian gates rather than the large vehicle gate to avoid, obviously, any problems with any vehicles that are moving on site.
What your child will learn during the school year. At Warden Hill, our curriculum consists of the national curriculum, core and foundation subjects, which are taught through a relevant, contextual and inspiring curriculum, underpinned by our values of belong, explore and succeed. Our curriculum is carefully designed to ensure all our children achieve their full potential and are well prepared for the next stages of their education and adult life. We also follow the Gloucestershire Agreed Syllabus for Religious Education and the Cambridgeshire Scheme of Work for PSHE. The individual curriculum progression maps can be found here on our website. We also produce termly newsletters with lots of information about the Year 5 curriculum. You can find that on the website as well.
So throughout the year in Year 5, we'll be giving the children lots of opportunities to develop across the entire curriculum. In writing, the children will be given purpose, so we'll be given a purpose to write across a range of different genres, for example, fiction, non-fiction or poetry. During our guided reading sections, the children will be reading a super variety of different types of fiction, non-fiction, as well as poetry, and they'll be developing their skills to be able to answer questions using those VIPER skills, as well as skimming, scanning and zooming in to locate answers to questions. We plan opportunities for the children to develop their speaking and listening skills so that they're able to speak confidently and also respond appropriately to what they've heard. We love reading at Warden Hill, as you know, and one of our favourite parts of the day is when we read our class read, which we read every day, either before or after lunch. This term, we've already started with reading Malamanda, And we've got a fantastic range of books set up for the rest of the year, which your children, we're sure, will love. In maths, we'll be building upon the Year 4 curriculum, focused across all the areas of maths curriculum, from place value to the 4 operations of number, through into fractions and decimals, geometry, time, measure, money, and statistics. In addition to our main maths sessions, we also have 2 sessions that are specifically focused on teaching the reasoning skills, as well as arithmetic, and giving children opportunities to practice and consolidate those skills. Again, if you'd like any further information or more detail, have a look at our curriculum map on the website.
Every day, your child needs to bring these things into school. We will be finding out a little bit more about them later. They need to bring in their pink reading journal, which they've already been given, and their reading book. It would also be helpful if they could all have a water bottle in school each day and 2 homework books, one on maths and one on grammar. We actually provide all the stationery your child will need. However, if your child would like to bring in their own equipment, they can. For example, a black ink friction pen, which is really good because they can actually rub out their writing.
Like we mentioned earlier, reading is a big passion for our school, and of course it unlocks all areas of the curriculum. We'd like the children to be able to read their reading books at home, and we've asked them to read at least 4 times a week and to record this in their reading journal. For some of those reads, we would like them to be able to share their reading with a grown-up at home. And during this time, it would be fabulous if you could actually ask them some questions about what they've been reading, or perhaps they could ask you some questions too. To support you to know which sorts of questions to ask to develop which of the reading vipers, in the reading journal, there are some help sheets. With their reading journal, it's their book, it's your child's book. And if your child wants to add any comments or pictures or little reviews or maybe even a shock revelation, they can. It is their journal. It does, however, need to be set out in the way that we've encouraged the children already. At the back of their reading journal, there will be a reading task, and the children will be given a question based upon an extract of a book. They should answer the question, identifying the evidence that they've used to support their ideas, and be ready to share those ideas on a Friday. It's up to the children how they present their answers, as long as they're in a good situation to be able to share those ideas with their table, their groups, and also the class.
We also have some other homework each week. As last year, we're continuing with Bedrock vocabulary. This will be 1 session a week on a Tuesday evening. We will once again provide you with login details. Every week, the children will have spellings to learn. These will be given out on a Friday and stuck in your child's green home spelling book. The spelling test is weekly on a Friday. Daily practice really helps the spellings to become embedded in the long-term memory. The children also have some suggestions stuck inside their green books as to how they could practice these spellings in different ways, as well as using look, cover, write, check. We also have, as I mentioned earlier, grammar and maths books which will be sent home each week. On a Monday, the children will be set daily questions to complete every weekday evening, and they have to record the questions which we marked on the day in their book. Your children are welcome to complete all these questions on a Monday or do the questions each day. These questions will link to learning that's already happened in previous weeks in class, and then they will be discussed and marked each day with the children. There will be no homework set over the weekends. If your child has tried to complete the homework but they found it difficult, please write a note next to the question and we will support them in school.
So let's move on to when your children need to come to school in their PE kit. So that's on Thursdays and Fridays. And again, they've made a super start remembering that this term, so thank you. They need to come to school in their games kit on those days, but wearing their school shoes and also their school jumper. Their trainers or football boots, if that's what they'd like to wear on Thursdays, should be in their bags ready to get changed into for those sessions. Now, when school club starts and there's the children, if your child has signed up for a sporting club, they need to bring their kit in their bag on that day, and then they'll get changed after school for their club. However, obviously, if the club that they have chosen to participate in is also on a Thursday or Friday, they'll already be in their PE kits, so that will be nice and easy on those days. Please, can you make sure all kit is named? I know we say that every year, but it does mean that we can make sure that we can get everything back home where it belongs to quickly and without any fuss. If for whatever reason we need you to send your children in PE kits on a different day, we'll send you an expression to let you know.
How we let you know how your child is doing. Right, so we'll let you know how your child is doing academically, socially, and their well-being in the following informal and formal ways. Sometimes we'll want to share something that's happened that day, so we will talk to you at pickup on the playground. We also have 2 parents' evenings during the year. One we have just before the October half term. This one we will let you know how they've settled into the year group and the class and the progress they've made since the start of term. This parents' evening will focus on the core subjects mainly. There will then be a second parents' evening in spring term 2. Reports will be sent out as a mid-year report, which will be quite short based on the core subjects. And then at the end of the year, there will be the statutory report, which covers all subjects. Assessments. We use a variety of assessments to ascertain progress in subjects. We then use this information to address any gaps or misconceptions. We use informal assessments on a daily basis in the classroom through questioning, talking with the children, and then completing tasks independently. We also use formal assessments during the year, such as the NFER assessments in reading, SPAG and maths.
At Warden Hill, obviously we focus on the academic side of children's development. It's very important that we provide a massive range of opportunities to support your child's personal development. So these could maybe be taking part in inter-house events, encouraging them with their teamwork, all the way through to allowing the children positions of responsibility and also going on school trips, some linked to the curriculum or also to develop a love for a different subject.
We hope you found this, this PowerPoint useful, and we are really looking forward to the year ahead. If you need to get in touch with us at any time about any information or about anything to do with your children, you can email the office at admin@wardenhill.glos.school.uk and the emails will be forwarded on to us and we will then hopefully get back to you.
Thank you for listening.